Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. A little while back now, I had a video where I talked about loading up some bullets for my uncle and his .284 Winchester, Mauser 98, potentially for a pronghorn antelope hunt or something else. But he had some 175 grain Sierra Game Kings that he wanted me to kind of mess around with. We tested 3 different powders. We just did ladder tests. We used Hunter, Super Performance, and Reloader 23. I went back and did a short a little bit later and pushed it a little bit further. Never did get into really any kind of pressure. Today we're going to shoot groups. I'm decided to go with Reloader 23. It gave me good velocity, over 2,800. In fact, I ended up getting around 2,860, I think, with a 175 grain bullet. And I'm happy with that velocity. And I also like the case feel of Reloader 23. It's like right up there, just starting to get into the neck. So really good case feel, good powder, supposedly, you know, temperature insensitive powder. So let's shoot 3 5-shot groups of Reloader 23 in the .284 Winchester. Come down here and look at the group on this first one. Now the speed's about where it was the last time, around 2820 average. The SD was phenomenal for a 5-shot group, an SD of 6.4. Very happy with that. The group is okay. Let me show you. That's probably 1.75 inch group. I will put it on the screen, maybe 1.5 inches. 3 are pretty close together, and then you got 2 right here. 2 there, 3 there. 1.5 inch group with a phenomenal SD though. On to group number 2. Let that gun cool off. Shot the second group. Once again, SD is incredible. 8 with a 5-shot group. Very happy with that. How big the group size will be, who knows. I always feel like I reload pretty good and I get pretty good loads with really good SDs, but then I'm not the best shooter, so groups might be okay. If you had a really good shooter out here, you might have like 1/4 inch groups. Who knows. Velocity on that group was 2844. Really good. I'm happy with that. So yeah, the last video and that short that I made where I did ladder testing on this rifle with different powders, on the Reloader 23, this is basically what I got. So it's matching those ladder tests, and the SDs are really good. So let's look at the group on this one. All right, group's actually decent. I'll measure that, but that's probably an inch group. You can see 3 are all piled in together, then you got 2 a little bit different, but 5 shots, 8 SD, inch group. Very happy with that. And that's with my shaky shooting. I didn't feel that confident in that group at all. So very thrilled with that. I don't normally talk about loads on here because I don't want you to copy it and have issues, but the .284 Winchester is just not a very common cartridge anymore for hunting loads. That was 56 grains of Reloader 23, and then the last load will be 56.5. Obviously I did a ladder group, very conservative, slowly worked my way up. I'm looking for signs of pressure. It actually was kind of a hot day and a humid day the first time I shot. Today is in the mid upper 70s again. So I'm just verifying all that kind of stuff. So don't copy this and paste it. Work your way up. Very happy so far. Let's shoot the last group. All right, 2872 average velocity on that last load. It's really good. You know, I'm pretty sure I could get it up to 2900 if I wanted to. I'm pretty full on the case on Reloader 23, but you know, you could probably get a little bit more in there. You could probably get to 29, but I'm really happy with the velocity. The SD was a little bit higher. It jumped up there to 10.6, which is not that bad for a 5-shot group. However, you know, it is up there. It went from 6 to 8 to 10. So I guess we'll look and see if the group's any good. Oh, and I was gonna tell you, just in case you're wondering, my cartridge overall length is right around 3 inches, slightly over, 3.020 I think. I always measure to the ogive, so I never really have that information, but a lot of you guys always ask me. So cartridge overall length to the tip of the bullet is 3.020. Oh boy, yeah, that's, so you're talking about 3/4 of an inch there, 5-shot group, 2872 on velocity. That's good. For me, that's fantastic. I'm happy. So the SD got slightly worse. It's hard to argue with a 3/4 inch 5-shot group. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Right on. All right, so I'm gonna relay all this information to my uncle. He can make the decision on what he wants me to do. And I'll load up 50 of them if he wants. That's how much brass I have of Peterson brass. Or I'll load up 0, whatever he wants to do, but I'll let him make the call. It's been fun to reload for the 284. Never really had a chance to do that. Loaded for the 6.5 284, of course, but not the 284. You know, that it's not quite to the level of a 7 PRC, but it's close. And I think you could get to 2900 if you wanted to. This is a 24-inch barrel, by the way. But you know, it is kind of warm today. Let's just say that 2872, just drop it to 2850. This is a temperature stable powder, but let's just say 2850 with a little bit colder temperatures. If I get SDs 10 or below with, you know, minute of angle groups, I'm very happy. So pretty happy with the 284 Winchester. You guys have any experience with Reloader 23, CR Game Kings, 284 Winchester, Peterson brass, whatever you want to talk about, I'd like to read it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, share it if you think it's worth sharing, comment below, and hopefully you have a great day. Until next time, take care.